What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another This Week in Valorant. This week has been insane, to say the least. Some of the stuff I can't believe that I have read and seen, but let's just jump right into it and start covering it all. So, with last week's, matches wrapping up and this week starting today, here are our current standings for the VCT main event. Optic definitely by far looking like the most polished team, and in my opinion, it's not even like remotely close. Their comps are disgusting, and they have obviously shown how hard they've been practicing on it. I think another really underrated part about Optic is their support staff with Chet and Jovi, head coach, and I don't know if Jovi's an analyst or just like an assistant coach, but those guys definitely are making a huge difference when it comes to that roster with the tech that they've created. Um, NRG is slowing down a lot. TSM is having a lot of close games, but they're not closing them out. Sentinels is completely done. Sentinels will not win a match in Group B. They will go 0-5. Cloud9 1-2. I think that this is a kind of a surprise to some people. I think Evil Geniuses are doing great. I think that they are really underappreciated. They have made both main events of VCT, last one and this one. And just because they had a bunch of hard games in a hard group and they went 0-5 last time, everybody thinks that, they're just counting them out. But they aren't forgetting how they easily qualled both times and that they're here to play, and they have kind of ironed out their mistakes, and they're looking good. Group A, I still think is really up for grabs. A lot of these teams can go like 2-2. And there's going to be a lot of things like the round differential that's going to have I think, a big factor in, who's going to qual and who's not. I need to see the guard step up. Even though they had a nice win on last week, I need to see them step up today against Ep.8. LG is in a really horrible spot. We're going to cover that a little down the line, but they just got completely dropped from their org. They're staying together and they're still playing under the LG banner, but I just think that that's going to have I think that's going to have an effect on, how they play. FaZe is starting to piece things together slowly. I think that Group B is pretty solidified. I think that Cloud9, LG, and FaZe are going to be battling for who finishes. Sentinels is 100% done. I think EG is going to cruise. They do have to play Optic today, but I think they have I don't remember who their last match is. I think it is against LG. But I think EG's cruising right now. I think they got a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence, and I think they're going to keep that up. Here are the matches for this weekend. We have Guard versus Hunter Thieves. Oh, this was last time. I'm trolling. Yeah, here we are. We have the Guard versus Ep.8. I think this could go either way. Ep.8 didn't have the best showing last time, and the Guard is starting to heat back up. This is like a pretty good 50-50 match. It really depends on like the bands. These guys also play similar maps, so I'm interested to see how this is going to go. EG versus Optic. EG's been hot, but can they beat the number 1 team in the world? I don't know. I think it's fair to give Optic the advantage in that. Sentinel versus FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan should win that regardless. Sentinels are playing without sick. TenZ is physically sick. Like, there's no excuses for whoever plays Sentinels not to farm them. TSM versus Ghost is like a really good, like an underrated team, kind of like matchup. I think this is going to be like probably the match of the week. I'm not going to lie. In terms of like competition, because these guys are playing for a lot right now. TSM is kind of like backed into a corner. They need to start winning games so they can get to the main event, and I think that's going to show on Saturday. Energy versus Hunter Thieves. Again, Energy's kind of slowing down. Hunter Thieves is not necessarily speeding up or slowing down. They're kind of like keeping their pace. But again, that's another team with like a super underappreciated and under-referenced support staff. Sean, DDK, Mike's HD, like they should be ahead of the curve. Cloud9 versus LG. This is going to be another good game. Is LG's personal situation going to throw them for a loop? Can Cloud9 find a stride playing with Curry? I don't know. Again, I think this is another 50-50. It depends on the map bans. with VCT, that brief coverage, I did want to take a second to highlight this Nerd Street Summer Champs. So this is a weekly tournament that happens, and I just wanted to go ahead and show how scary it is to be a free agent team, and how scarier it is to be being paid to play this game. With the rumors of franchising coming out, they're saying that North America will get 8 to 10 slots. There are about 30 teams that are salaried right now, and I think there's more than that number. Just go ahead and like look at some of these names in here. We have Pugstars and Vexo Esports taking maps off NYFU. I have Cloud9 Academy losing out early to a free agent team. I have BBG Academy losing out early to a free agent team. I think that this is all like really important to pay attention to. I don't really want to go into too much detail about the group stage. I don't think anybody got like I don't think anybody got like eliminated in group stage. That wasn't like a free agent team or like a really small team. But it's definitely scary, man. Like the competition is there, and everybody is getting better by the day, it seems like. I don't know in what terms of better that they are getting. I don't know if it's like personal improvement or they're just like, you know, meshing well together and that's showing. But it's definitely scary to, be in that situation with the whole franchising thing because, how volatile it's going to be, how volatile is having your Valorant roster. Spending thousands of dollars a month on it, right? What are you getting out of it is the question. And that just depends on the org, Some people think that a Valorant roster is a team that is meant to go play on an international stage and be the number one team in the world. Like, yes, there are teams like that, and they get compensated based on that goal. But there are other teams based around, things like content and things like, what they represent, right? So again, it's not always, everybody's competing the best team in the world. I'm sure that everybody wants to be the best team in the world, but it's about if you're set up to do that or not, right? Do you have that GM, that head coach with experience, that assistant coach, that analyst, that mental coach? You know what I mean? Like all these big teams, they have all that stuff, man. Like everything that they do when they walk in the door and they practice that day, it's all laid out in front of them because they have, people that literally make a living playing this game, finding tech, finding how to play an agent, finding how to gimmick, finding how to get ahead of the curve. But yeah, I just want to highlight that, showing how, again, the top four that earn money, three of them are free agent teams, and then one of them is signed. So I think that shows a lot. I wanted to talk about this tweet. There's a lot more of them, but I just want to talk about this one shortly. Teabagging in Valorant Game Changers Academy is banned. So if you don't know what that is a female or like a female. It's a female tournament where you can compete, and teabagging is banned. Someone reported a team for teabagging them, and they got disqualified from the tournament. I again, there's a lot of tweets about it. If you are reporting someone and trying to get them disqualified for teabagging, you should quit the game completely. I'm being 100% honest. There's no place for that. You can think in any corner of the world, any sport you could possibly imagine, whether it's an esport or a real one, there are emotions flaring because we are human beings. That's how it's going to work. We are going to gloat, we are going to get excited, get hyped up, right? And we're going to play the mental battle. That's a part of the game, whether you want to whether you want to act like it's not or not. That is a part of the game, is the mental battle. So having teabagging banned, and like I don't think it's banned, but I know that like you're not supposed to be like typing in all chat too. This whole like friendly like participation trophy bullshit. Let's cut the fucking crap, man. Get rid of that shit. It's cringe as fuck. So I hope that Valorant Game Changers changes that Riot, because again, I think it's just disgusting, man. Like it's just weird. Another thing I wanted to go into is something that we've covered many, many times already. I'm not gonna read this, but like apparently this guy like catfished a girl or something, and she's exposing him. Listen, guys. Listen to me closely. If you are thinking about catfishing someone, stop, report yourself to the police, and let them deal with you, okay? And now we'll move on from that, right? So now that you've reported yourself to the police, what are you going to do when you catfish someone? Let's act out a scenario, okay? Let's say you're catfishing someone because for whatever reason. And it goes well, and you end up talking and you become a little more than just friends, whatever. What's your next step? Are you just gonna talk to this person online until you die? Are you gonna meet up with them in real life? When you meet up with them in real life and you're some disgusting slob, what are they going to think? Are you gonna hope that they're just gonna accept you? Probably not, because you've been lying to them for months or years, however long it is, right? Completely, taking their trust for granted, right? There's just no point to do it. Again, when it comes to this online shit, it's honestly more important that you think about the worst case scenario for what you're doing rather than just doing it. You should literally actively be thinking in the worst case scenario based on what I see, because week after week people get exposed, and week after week no one fucking changes because they think that it will not happen to them. And I know that you've probably heard that speech before when it comes to, drugs or drinking or, personal health. That sentence, they think it will not happen to them. Like, here we are every week. Every week somebody's in the video, right? Um, so just stay safe, bro. Like, it's all the advice I can give you. Sentinels tweets out, Hunter Stick Mims will be taking an extended leave of absence to attend an ongoing family matter. Stick has our full support during this difficult time. Coach Raucus will fill in for the remainder of the challengers. So, is Raucus good? Yes. Will Sentinels win a match? No. This is really sad, honestly. How high Sentinels once were and how low they are now. It's terrifying, honestly. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm some prophet or something, but for a while I've been saying that the Sentinels are kind of like outdated and overrated, and I'm really tired of seeing that because I am a fan of them. I think that they're all, good people, and I want to see them succeed. But it pains me to watch them fail week after week, month after month. Sentinels originally abused fundamentals and chemistry in the early era of this game, where you ran a Jet, a Phoenix, a Omen, a Cypher, and a Sova on every map, no matter what. Okay, that's out the window now. Now there's shotguns and Odins and recon and sucks and stuns, dashes, slides. It's a different game than it was. They need to evolve. Sentinels running Omen and Jet on Bind, their best map. Dude, like, that's inexcusable, man. I would pay money to want to know what is going on in the practice, what is going on in the server to where they think that is viable. How do you have 5 people getting paid over $10,000 a month and none of them know how to play Raze? Nobody can play Brim? What is going on here? It's not viable. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. It's not viable. So, you know, my question here is like, what is the future of this team? Is somebody going to step away? Is somebody going to step down? Are we going to, see another person being moved in? Because this isn't the where champions are made team. Okay? I'm just being honest. Again, they got to Iceland proving that they were the best team fundamentally and through the power of chemistry. They were just great together. All of them, including Sinatra, even when TENS came on. Sinatra was a big part of this team. They go to Iceland, they win, and they have a slow decline. And all the while, all the elo and the points that they earned through the VCT qualifier, through Iceland, that carried them on. Like they automatically got into the main event. Like three more main events after Iceland, they were automatically in it, and they shouldn't have been. In all honesty, they weren't up to par. And all the Sentinels fans sat there and said, "Oh, it's just a seeding match. Oh, it's just group play." No, it's not. Like, if that's your argument, that's a bad argument. You understand? Like, it's not. No one actually thinks that. That's just like a coping mechanism that you use because you're stupid. Like no one actually says that. There's not a single person on planet Earth who says, "Oh man, we're losing 10-4. Just fuck it. You know, this is just a group match. Fuck it. Let's just run it down." I'm also really disappointed in Sentinels for having their coach sub and a friend that they know by the name of Danny. I'm not saying that Danny's not good. I think Danny is good. I'm not saying Raucus isn't good. I think Raucus is good. I think he can be a player right now if he wants. There's two guys by the name of Jay and Jared, I think, that are currently inactive and on the bench. Maybe you could reactivate them to play. Just a thought. Especially since you don't have a Raze player or someone who can play Brim. I believe I saw a clip of Zom saying that he was asked if he wants to play and he said no. If that was the case, that person needs to be immediately fired, void their fucking contract. Again, I don't really want to hear what anybody has to say about it. I think that's just disgusting, man. Those are your brothers out there, bro. You're just gonna leave them hanging when they need your help? Nah, guys, I'm good. You benched me. Quit. Quit the fucking team, bro. Quit the fucking team. Quit the fucking game. You unironically. Okay, I'm actually gonna stop being mean, but like, what is that? You know what I mean? Imagine what the fans think when they see that clip. You know, it's sad. Sad to see how it's been, kind of again destroyed and on this like downward incline. Moving forward, here's our Luminosty Gaming statement. Today we wanted to share with the community we've made the difficult decision to exit Valorant for the foreseeable future. LG remains passionate about esports and we aim to continue to compete for championships in every esport that we participate in. Exiting Valorant is not an easy decision for us. We look forward to Riot's upcoming structure of 2023 and we do not rule out the opportunity to participate in Valorant esports down the road. We're thankful for the team, for their continued efforts to improve their craft, and feel that this effort is very visible within their recent results. Moving forward, we aim to find a new home for our talented roster in which they can continue to compete together for many years to come. As of now, the team will continue to compete under the LG banner throughout the remainder of Stage 2. So, these guys just got dropped out of thin air. This is disgusting. There's no job security in esports. I read something along the lines of LG, their parent company, which is Enthusiast Gaming, I think, is what this is called. They lost $8 million in the first quarter of 2022, which is basically the first 3 months, like 4 months, something like that. It's like a business term. And I guess I don't know if they can't afford it or they are choosing not to for another reason, but I mean, this is horrible. This team is, you know, actively proving people wrong every single event that they play in. They make the main event in every single event that they play in. They're the underdogs every single time. LG is a team like Knights where I feel like they haven't really got their respect. I don't know why, but they're there to play, and it sucks to see. I hope that they do find a new home. I don't really know, like 100%, what orgs are looking. I know that Rogue doesn't have a team. That Moist Esports, Moist Critical, that guy, like he could pick him up probably. He's got like $30 trillion from his like YouTube. But again, this team is pulling out. The number 5 team in North America is pulling out of Valorant because of the franchising. What does that mean for the rest of us? What does that mean for NRG and TSM? What does that mean for the academy teams? What does that mean for all the free agent players who have been spending literally 2 years playing this game trying to get better and trying to get a job doing it, right? It's scary. And I'm going to show you somebody that you probably know the name of. Wedid, my future. Tweets that with the franchising rumors and everything coming out, he is not going to be competing anymore. He is taking a break until he decides on when he wants to come back. There's too much stress. He's taking a temporary leave of absence or retirement that would better his health. It's just crazy. It's crazy. think about how far this guy has gone in the game compared to you, and he's backing out. For me, that's scary. For me, that is scary. In all levels of seriousness, that is just scary. I hope that Wedid does come back after he takes his break. He's a gifted player, and he shouldn't. I think that taking a break is okay. Like he has some personal stuff that he's gonna focus on. That's fine. I'm all for that. But again, he has gone so far, and I think it's just, I don't want to see him walk this early, at least, right? Moving forward, this is kind of like not necessarily funny, but I just think that it's funny. People keep picking Reyna in my lobbies. I float around top 100 NA to top 50 NA, meaning that, how do I say this? That I am good at the game and my expectations are high for my teammates that I get in ranked. I get people who play Reyna on maps like Breeze and Haven and Bind and Split. And for some odd reason, they never do good ever. And I wonder why that is. So I make this tweet giving you a bunch of agents that you can play on any map. Initiators, duelists, even sometimes a sentinel. And these poor, poor souls are so upset. So upset. They're so upset. they're just sitting here crying about Reyna. They're just sitting here crying. Some of them are linking their tracker and like, I don't care that you like had 20 kills against diamonds, man. Like, the pick isn't good. Guys acting like ranked players care. This guy's unironically thrown my games before I recognize his name. What are you gonna do about it? Bro, don't tell people how to play. You take this game way too serious. It's almost like I signed a piece of paper to get paid to play. I think that's why I care. I will continue playing my Reyna. Don't tell me who I can and cannot play. Okay, broke jump shot. No problem. No. I'm still going to play Reyna. I got Diamond 3 with her and continue with her. Okay. Just crazy to think how close-minded and how everyone has an external locus of control that I see plays this game. And what an external locus of control is when something happens, whether it's an outcome or it's a reaction or it's a situation, that person will take it and they will push the blame onto something else. Oh, my team is bad. Oh, we can't hold a site. Oh, we can't entry. All the while they play the agent Reyna, who has no utility, who has no value in a team situation, and only thrives in the 1v1. Wow. Again, here I have saying that Icebox is an exception because her flash is actually pretty good on that map, I'm not going to lie. And taking 1v1s on that map is also really good. So again, if you want to pick Reyna on Icebox, I'm not upset with that. Sometimes I play Reyna on Icebox. But when it comes to these other maps where you could play agents that have insane utility, it's way better. Because you are not tens. You are not good. It's not even that you're not tens. You're not even good. You're not even good. You literally can't even think properly about how to set yourself up and how to take fights to where playing any agent where you can just spam util at somebody is just better. I just wanted to touch base on that. Another thing I wanted to just show you guys is there's this guy. You don't need to really know about this. I just tweeted it because I wanted to tweet it. but there's this random guy named Beta who like is friends with Sinatra, and he like shit talks everybody and makes fun of people all day in ranked, all the while he throws. And this guy says, "Bro is talking like he's bulletproof." And I said, "Are you gonna do something about it?" And he says, "Fat white boy, you think you're tough? Internet banger." And I said, "Show me something then." And then he said, "Come to the next LAN." I said, "All right, let me know which LAN." And he said, "Nah, fuck LAN. Where are you at right now?" So, based on this person's username, we can make an inference that he or she is 16 years old. And he's calling me a internet gangbanger and a fat white boy. And he's going to kill me at the next LAN. So, it's been fun, guys. It's been an eventful week, eh? I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I have a lot more stuff coming out. If you haven't seen, I did upload a video on how to default in Valorant. I have a lot more educational content coming. I appreciate the feedback that I've got from not only these videos, but those as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I know I've gone a little long. Again, I hope you enjoy. Have a good day. Tdawgg out of here. Deuces.